Hey there, this is Red. It's time for another episode of Red Plays, and we've got Marvel Champions out on the board, and I think I want to take another run at Rhino, expert mode with Ant-Man. So that's what I've got set up here. Now you see Ant-Man 2 and 3, or sorry, not Ant-Man, Rhino 2 and 3 are sitting out there. That's who I'm going after this time. I have changed my board up a little bit. I'm trying a little bit of something new, so I made these little what do you want to call them, new token holders that have kind of a little angle in them to put the cards in. So I'm testing that out to see how that works. Have no idea whether that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll see. I may need to go back to flat for the overhead cam, but I want to try it out. The thought is I can drop like status cards on Rhino and they're a little bit easier. Yeah, I don't know if it'll work. The other thing I want to try is I'm going to use some tokens to mark when I'm exhausted as opposed to actually exhausting my cards. And we'll see how long I can actually remember to do it that way before I start exhausting my cards, because I'm trying to keep my play space a little bit more clean, and I don't know whether that'll work out or not. So, I don't know, we'll give it a go. Anyway, let's do some Rhino fighting and see what we can do with Ant-Man, and hopefully we get Ant-Man's helmet. I've played like 3 games thus far, and I keep hearing about the helmet, and I haven't gotten the helmet yet. So, all right, let's get ready to go here. We got Rhino out there. He's got break-in and taken because we're playing expert. He's at level 2, and the break-in's out there with nothing on it to start. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because that is Ant-Man's hand size. I'm going to see which 6 cards we have here. All right. We got some power gloves. Oh, we have the helmet. Yay. Oh, we have a resource to play the helmet. Well, the Pym Particles is nice, but it doesn't do me great stuff unless I go over to Little Ant-Man, which may be a good idea with the breaking and taken being out there. But I get the bonus when I play that in that form, and this is a hero response after I change to the form, so I will want to put this out there before I change into that form. All right. Actually, so let's take a look at the helmet, because the helmet looks really cool, and we haven't had it out there yet. So we've got Ant-Man's helmet. After you change to giant form, heal 2. After you change to tiny form, draw 1. Oh, I like it. I like it. I have to get that card out. What else do we have here? Oh, we've got a resize. That's kind of cool, which is going to change to my other form and draw a card. And then we've got Hive Mind, which says play only if you're in tiny hero form. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Remove 1 additional threat from that scheme for each army of ants support you control. All right, so we got lots of cool stuff we can do here. We just have to figure out how to make it all happen. So we've got Ant-Man's helmet. So let's see how we're going to do this. All right, I think this is kind of crazy. But here's how we're going to do this. We're going to change into large Ant-Man form, first off. When we do that, we deal damage to an enemy. So we're going to do one to Rhino. All right, next up, we're going to play Resize, which is going to change us to our other... Oh, no, we're not. We're going to spend 3 to get Ant-Man's helmet out there. All right, after we do that, we're going to do Resize, which has changed to your other hero form and draw a card. And we're going to change down to small Ant-Man. Actually, if we're big Ant-Man, I don't know. Okay, well, we're going back. All right, before we Resize, we're going to go ahead and we're going to attack, because that's going to remove 2 threat from a scheme, and then I automatically take 1 away as Ant-Man. So yes, we're going to attack in this form. And I'm going to use metal token. We're going to attack. Ant-Man attacks for 3. So I'm exhausted. I attack for 3. Now we're going to resize. Now I do the resize. I'm going to resize down to tiny. All right, when I go down to tiny, what's going to happen is, 1, I get to remove a threat from a scheme. So we're going to take 1 off the break-in and taken. I get a card from the resize. Also, after you change to tiny form, I get to draw a card. So we're going to draw a card. All right. Now, wow. Oh, I got Ronin now. Oh, wow. So I could get Ronin out, but he can't thwart anymore. I could use PIM particles. Actually, let's do PIM particles in team building exercise to play the hive mind. That's an event. So the PIM particle says, I get to draw a card if I am in tiny hero form. So we're going to draw one as we play hive mind. Oh, we got our wrist gauntlets. So hive mind says, play only if I'm in tiny form, which I am. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Remove 1 additional for each army of ants. I don't have any army of ants out there, but the 2 threat gets the break-in and taken out of there, which is good. All right. Next up, we can get our wrist gauntlets out there, or we could hold on to Ronin. I'm very tempted to hold on to Ronin because he's very good in this deck. But the wrist gauntlets are pretty handy. I don't know. I think we'll hold on to Ronin, and we'll stay. And we're in tiny form, so we're exhausted right now. So we're going to ready up, and we're going to draw 5 cards up to a hand size of 5 cards. We get 4 cards. So we're going to 1. There's 3, 4, 5. Oh, we got Ronin and some power gloves. Oh, that's good stuff. Can't play both of them, but got some good things going there. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go over to the villain's turn. What's going to happen on the villain's turn? So first off, we're going to put a threat on the main scheme. And my handy new counter thing there. There we go. All right, next up. Rhino is going to see Ant-Man out there. He's going to come attack. He's attacking for 3. He's going to get a boost card, which I'm just going to take this hit. And I'm going to get hit for 4 total. All right, so we take 4. 2, 4. All right, next up, we're getting counter card. Counter card is caught off guard, discard an upgrade or support you control. No, I just got the helmet finally, and it goes away. Oh, damn you. All right. All right. That's the end of Rhino's turn. At least he didn't beat me down anymore, but I was really looking forward to using that. Okay. So what are we looking at here? We can call for aid and go looking for a Avenger ally. We could do an army of ants and a giant strength, and we could drop some beat down out there. Still would kind of like to get Ronin out there and maybe give him these power gloves later. But army of ants is awfully nice. I can exhaust it and deal a damage. It would be nice to get these 2 boosts out there. Let's do that. So we're going to do army of ants. We get our army of ants out there, and we're going to get our giant strength out there. All right, we're going to use our army of ants to deal 1 damage to an enemy. So he's down to 11. We're going to flip over to giant form, getting big. When we do that, we deal a damage to an enemy. So he's going to take another one. And then after I change, make sure I'm reading that right. After I change to hero form or giant hero form, get +1 attack until the end of the turn. So I've got +1 attack, so I think we're going to go ahead and hit him for 4. So we're going to hit Rhino for 4, which is going to take him down to 6. All right, then we're going to be done. We're going to unexhaust. And we're going to draw back up to, see, I tapped and I shouldn't have. Dang it. Draw back up to 4 cards. Oh, there's the Wasp. I'm going to need to go back to Hank form so I can, or sorry, not Hank form, Scott Lang form. Movies. I need to go back to Scott Lang form so I can get more cards, and then I can get Ronin and all this fun stuff out there, but there's Wasp. Okay. Anyway, all right, we're done. We're over to the villain's turn. So first thing, 1 threat on the main scheme. Rhino is going to come attack Ant-Man. I think we're going to defend on this one. So I've got a defensive 3. He's attacking for 3. He's going to get a boost of 2. So we're going to take 2 damage. All right, I'm kind of happy I defended because 5 damage would have been a lot of damage. All right, next up we need an encounter card. Encounter card is Hydra Bomber. So 2 damage or 1 threat on the main scheme. All right, I think we're going to go with 1 threat on the main scheme. And then we're done. Well, villain's done. And we're over to the hero form. So problem is we're exhausted. It would be good for us to take a little bit of a nap, I think. We've still got half of our health. But it would be good to lay down for a second. We could bring a wasp out there, and she does 2 damage to an enemy if I'm in giant form, removes 2 threat if I'm in tiny form. So I think I could bring her out and take out the Hydra Bomber. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We're going to go ahead and let Ronan go. We're going to bring out the wasp. So she says, after wasp enters play, deal 2 damage to an enemy if you are in giant form. So Hydra Bomber is going to go away. All right, next up, we're going to have her thwart. Oh, I'm using tokens. I'm going to have her thwart for 2. We'll take the break-in down to 1 because we're getting kind of set to go into a rest mode here. And then we're going to switch over to Scott Lang. And when I do that, I heal 1 damage. We're down to 5. And then I'm done. So we're going to take our tokens off of here. I'm going to drop to a hand size of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See what we come up with here. Oh, there's a lot of resources and Giant Man. All right. There's some fun stuff. There's some damage coming out there. And a Moxie. All right, villain's turn. What's going to happen on the villain's turn? We're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. So it's going to go up to 2. We have Rhino's out there, and he's going to see Scott Lang, so he's going to scheme. So he schemes for 1. He's going to get a boost of 2, so he's going to scheme for 3. Ouch. All right. So that's going to take our main scheme up to 5 out of 7. Not what I like. Oh, and I forgot when Wasp did her thing, she should have taken damage because she needed consequential damage. All right, so now is when I pull the advance because we have our encounter card, and it's a false alarm, so I'm going to be confused. Okay, I can handle that. So I can if I have the cards. There we go. So I'm going to be confused. Scott Lang is confused. All right, end of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero's turn. So let's see here. Things that we can do is if we jump to hero form, we could heal 2 by using our PIM particles, which would be amazing. Give me an additional attack. We've also got, we got to worry about the 5 threat that's out there. I think that's the bigger problem that we need to worry about. So, and I can't thwart right now is Scott Lang. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to rest. So we're going to do a recovery. We're going to recover for 3. That's going to take us down to 2. At that point in time, I think we're going to jump to Ant-Man form. So that's not a thwart action, that's just a response, so I get to remove 1. So it's back down to 4. All right. We're going to play, we can do Giant Man. I think we're going to do Giant Man. We're going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to drop Giant Man out there. All right, with Giant Man out there, so when I play that in tiny hero form, I get to draw a card. I'm going to draw a card. Boop. Ooh, another army of ants. All right, we'll go ahead and use our Moxie to play another army of ants. And being that we're in tiny form, we will go ahead and deal 1 damage to an enemy and deal 1 damage to an enemy. So we're going to knock him down from 6 down to 4. All right, now we need to do some stuff to deal with that threat. So I think we're going to have Wasp go ahead and thwart. She's going to thwart for 2. We'll knock it down to 2. And then I think I've got to have, since I've got Giant Man out there, he's got to attack. Like, I have to. So he's going to hit for 4, which is going to be enough to take out Rhino. And Rhino 3 is going to come out. All right, so when we get Rhino 3, the thing we have to remember is he's going to get a tough status card, and he's going to stun each hero. So he's tough, and I am stunned. All right, and I need to stop exhausting things. I'm supposed to be putting tokens on here, right? That was the plan. Token, 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 token. That's all the exhausted things. Okay. We are done at that point in time. So now that I put the tokens on, I will take the tokens off. All right. And we are stunned and confused, so we're not in an exactly great state, but we're there. We're going to drop to 5 cards. So let's get our 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other thing we need to do is we need to give Rhino some health. Oh, look, another army of ants. All right, so let's see. Rhino should have 16 health, so let's get his health out there. We need a 10 spot, a 5, and a 1. Okay. Rhino's turn. We're going to put a threat on the main scheme. Rhino's going to look to do some stomping. Now, I think I can take a stomp all right, so we'll go ahead and we'll take this hit. So he's attacking for 4. He's going to get a boost of none. That's a good time to take the hit, is when he boosts none. So I'm down with that. All right, so I've taken 6 damage so far out of my 12. Next up, we're going to get our encounter card. Encounter card is hard to keep down. Rhino heals 4. And he is already full, so it's going to surge. So we're going to surge into another encounter card, and we get Gang Up. Oh, the villain and each minion engaged attacks me. All right, so I don't think I want to take another hit, so Wasp is going to step in front of this one. So Rhino's going to attack. He's going to hit for a +1 there, so he's hitting for 5. That takes Wasp out. 5 damage would have put me at 1 health left, so I'm kind of glad that she took that hit for me. All right, so that's the end of Rhino's turn. We're over to the hero's turn. So what are we doing hero-wise? There's not a huge amount of threat on there, but there's enough that I should probably pay attention to it. He has +2 attack while he has 3 or more remaining hit points, so he has 3 right now. Now, I've got a first aid, and I've got a reinforced suit. So I could have him attack, and then hit him with the reinforced suit. I also have an army of ants out there, which I think I want to get the next army of ants out there. I think that's what we're going to go for. We're going to use our team building exercise to play army of ants. And I'm small form right now, so let's see here. We'll exhaust army of ants, and I'm going to use the token. We'll do a damage, which gets rid of his tough. All right, then we're going to exhaust another army of ants and another army of ants and do 2 more damage. So he goes from 16 down to 14. All right, so do we use, I think we use the Moxie on Giant Man, or sorry, reinforced suit on Giant Man, which is going to give him +2 hit points. So now he's got a total of 6. We'll go ahead and have him attack. So he's attacking for 4. So we're going to knock Rhino down to 10. Now the question is going to be, what do I do as Ant-Man? So I could flip over to giant size. If I do that, I do a point of damage. And then we would potentially be looking at, question is going to be, can I take a hit from Rhino with his +4 attack, which is a lot. I could and potentially defend against it. Let's do that. We're going to flip over to big-sized Ant-Man. So when we do that, we do a damage. So we're going to knock him down to 9. And we're going to use our action here to clear our stun. And we're going to be done. So we're going to clear all our tokens off of our things. We're going to hold on to our first aid, or do we get rid of our first aid? I think we hold on to our first aid and draw 3 cards. We're going to go, oh, another first aid. Maybe I shouldn't have held on to the first aid. Okay. End of the hero's turn. It's over to the villain's turn. So villain's turn, 1 threat on the main scheme. Rhino is going to come to attack. So if I take this and he draws a 2 spot, I'm out. So I think I need to defend against this. So we're going to exhaust defend against that. That means we're blocking for 3. He's attacking for 4. We're going to take an additional none damage. So we take 1. All right. Next up we get the encounter card. Encounter card is Explosion. Bomb Scare is not in play. This card gains Surge. All right, it's going to surge into a Enhanced Ivory Horn. All right. Yeah, I've got the stuff, so the way this should work is I can put this maybe in the back row behind him. Is that going to work? Or here, I can just put it up front. Hey, there we go. That kind of works. Kind of like that. Okay. There we go. So that's the end of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero's turn. So what are we doing now? I would like to hit with these armies of ants. We've got Ant-Man. He's confused. Giant Man hasn't been taken out yet. So you got Giant Man's attacking for 4, 5, 6, 7 if I hit with the army of ants. But I blocked, so I can't hit with Ant-Man. So what do we got? We're at 4, 5, 6, 7. That leaves him with 2. Are we going to not quite be able to take him out this round? That's going to be so annoying. All right, so we're going to attack with Giant Man. So Giant Man's going to do, let's see here. He's still at 6 and he's taking 2, so he's still got 4 health. So that means his, well, he has 3 or more hit points, still applies. So Giant Man is going to attack for 4. All right, so we're going to take him down to 5. All right, we are going to flip into tiny form. So as we transform into tiny form, we're going to remove 1 threat from a scheme. So we're going to take 1 off of here. We are going to use a giant strength to play Stinger. Stinger's going to attack for 1. Oh, let's not bother having Stinger attack. Let's have Stinger thwart for 1. All right. Then we will use 3 Army of Ants. So Army of Ant, Army of Ant, Army of Ant. Because we're in small form and we can knock him down to 2. All right. Next thing we're going to do is I think we're going to play a first aid. And we had Giant Man attack, so he should have had an additional damage. I'm going to first aid one of those off. So he should be at 1, and Stinger should be at 1 because she did an attack also. All right, that's the tough thing for me to remember right now is to put the consequential damage on there when I'm already putting a token on to show that they've gone. All right, so I'm done. I'm going to pick up my tokens. I'm going to draw some cards. So we're going to draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're going to go over to Rhino's turn. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a threat on the main scheme. Next thing we're going to do is Rhino's going to see Ant-Man out there and he's going to come attack. So right now he's attacking for 4. He's got +1 because he enhanced Ivory Horn. And Stinger's going to go distract him. So, boop. He's going to exhaust to go extract him. Or distract him, not extract him. So he's attacking for 5. He's going to get a boost of 2. So he's going to hit for 7. That's funny. So the boost there I got is a care for Cassie, which Cassie's going out and stepping in front of the charging Rhino. So I don't know that I'm really caring for Cassie that well, but she's out of there for now. He didn't stomp her. She was just distracting him for a second. So he kind of just swatted her out of the way. All right, next up, encounter card. So this is all of my Rhino games. This is an advance. That's what's going to happen. So let's see. Is it an advance? It's crowd control. All right, so crowd control is going to come out and it's going to get 3 on it. All right, this should be a win because I think we're done at this point in time. Because that's the end of the villain's turn. We're going over to the hero's turn, and I have armies of ants. 1, 2, 3. We'll ant him to death. So we're going to ant Rhino on out of the game. And Rhino flees. All right, yes, we got the win on expert. Army of ants is cool. I am very happy with the army of ants. They seem to work out very well. The helmet, I got the helmet for like 1 round and didn't get to use it a whole lot. But I finally got it. It's a cool card. Hive Mind was the first time I played that card, I believe. It would have been nice to play it later when I had all these ants out there, but worked out pretty well. So, yeah, so there we go. The Precon deck for Ant-Man was able to handle Rhino pretty well there. I felt pretty in control most of that game. So, yes, we got the win. So we're 1-1 against Expert Rhino. The other time, what was it? I think Rhino, did he advance out on my first game? I can't remember off the top of my head now. I think he did his standard cheesy Rhino stuff. So I think we're going to do another Ant-Man versus Expert Rhino and see who gets the win, who gets the best 2 out of 3. I think my feeling is Ant-Man's going to get it because I think he's doing really good. Unless there's that whole thing where you draw, potentially he schemes for like 4 on a round or something like that, or more. Can he scheme for more than that? No, he can scheme for 1 and then he pulls a 3 card and that's 4. And well, if you're in alter ego form and he schemes and then you pull an advance and he schemes, then it ends up being pretty ugly. But as long as we avoid that silliness, I think we're doing pretty good. So. All right, I'm excited. I'm ready for Ant-Man round 3 versus Expert Rhino. That's what'll be coming up next. Let me know if I missed anything. I think that was a fairly clean play, but y'all let me know. And then let me know if these angle divider things are working out all right for the viewing audience out there, because normally I've got them flat, but this gives me a little bit more room to play. Not laying flat pushes them up and it gives me more table space. It's more enjoyable for me actually to have them propped up a little bit like that. So I don't know how it is for you, and I'm doing this a little bit for you too, so I want to make sure you can see what's going on. So let me know what you think. I could go back to the flat ones, wouldn't be all that big of a problem, but I kind of like the angle ones. They're kind of nice for me. So anyway, that's it for this one. We'll look forward to another Expert Rhino run, and thanks for watching.